Professional development. Just say the term to a group of educators and you will get a wide variety of responses, ranging from hatred to genuine enthusiasm. In fact, this is the quote that greeted me at a recent professional development conference. I'll give you a second to look at that one yourself. So why do educators feel this way? Perhaps they feel this way because teachers are very rarely involved in the decision-making process regarding their own professional learning. Even though all school districts have professional development requirements, these sessions are often seen as a hoop-jumping checking off of a checklist activity to avoid the penalty of not completing the requirement. Another obstacle facing most professional learning is that there is no follow-up to the learning. Teachers sit and get the information and are then free to return to their classrooms and resume their familiar practices, which reminds me of this anonymous quote most of us have seen. As if laminated lesson plans and file drawers full of test banks will lead to authentic student achievement. The interesting thing to me about professional learning is that it cannot be separated from classroom practices, yet these two elements bear very little resemblance to one another. We ask our teachers to differentiate instruction for every learner, yet we haul them all in numbers of thousands into a large meeting space and ask them all to glean something from one speaker. We ask them to incorporate reflection as a daily ingredient of instruction, but never give them time to reflect on their own professional practices. Or worse yet, we don't invest in the growth of our teachers at all, almost as if they are Athena teachers and have burst fully grown from their teacher prep programs, requiring no refinement, no development. Other examples of irony abound in our professional learning practices as asserted by Reeves. This author explains how, early in pre-service teachers' careers, we require that they research, write about, and create presentations on cooperative learning completely alone. Leaders attend lectures on the importance of distributed leadership, but these sessions are highly exclusive, as evidenced by the participation of only elite senior leaders. We prepare workshops on formative assessments, present them at conferences, and if we are lucky, receive the feedback 6 months after a session is over. In other words, our professional practices do not in any way model the very practices we expect teachers to demonstrate every day. Also consider the expectations we place on teachers regarding Bloom's taxonomy. Don't we expect our teachers to live in the upper regions of this triangle? It's not enough for our students to remember or understand. Although we know those are foundational skills, we want to move our students up this scale so that they're evaluating information and creating products. Now consider this taxonomy for professional learning contrived by Mazel. As noted by this author, this taxonomy represents the levels of learning associated with professional development. Of course, we expect seedling teachers to undergo pre-service training. Although this training is taking on new characteristics and requirements, it is still foundational to a successful teaching career. Once a teacher gains certification, there are certain requirements for recertification. Additionally, teachers may require training on a new evaluation system or a set of national standards. Teachers do rely on their leaders to keep them abreast of new policies and ever-changing testing requirements or district initiatives. The next level represents specialized presentations, for example, a conference with a particular focus, such as instructional technology or literacy strategies. The category at the top of this pyramid represents intentional, strategic professional learning based on teacher needs, backed by student data, and driven by student achievement. I would challenge you to be honest with yourself and put your school's or your district's professional learning practices in the appropriate spot on this pyramid. My guess is that you are somewhere in the middle. Would you be satisfied to allow your teachers to stay somewhere in the middle on Bloom's? Then why is it acceptable to stay somewhere in the middle with the professional learning we offer them? The goal of this video series is to outline research-based collaborative professional learning practices that positively affect student achievement. Check out Professional Learning, What Works, for some practical research-based practices you can implement in your school that can transform the culture of your school from excuses to exceptional. Thanks for watching.